All right, this is what's really happening. So we start off the show. Got Tim Leehane, Jeff August, Mark Holzinger, legendary rocker in the house. And I think we start off the show talking about the shrooms, right?
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. You guys have some experience in that area. Well, actually, we started that off because there was like a commercial thing I was involved in just now with the shrooms. Yeah. You guys were standing out there while that was going on.
We just talking portobellos or
truffles? No, those are mushrooms. These are the shrooms.
Shrooms.
That's right. You never hear mush before these kind of shrooms, do you?
Yeah. Always... Well, I mean, if you do, there's magic in front of it. Magic mushrooms.
Yeah. They never say magic shrooms.
Yeah, it's magic mushrooms or shrooms. Either is acceptable.
They would never make a movie about this because it would just be a documentary. Because the person would have to go back and figure out what they did, right?
I think there's probably been a movie made about it. Sure. A few. And some probably subversively so. Like, you didn't realize Starship Troopers was about mushrooms, magic mushrooms.
Were they on shrooms at the time?
Maybe. They were invaded by alien bugs, right?
You guys have had your experience with the shrooms, though, huh?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you looked at Mark.
Well,
you definitely.
Well, I was saying earlier that I like to do them like maybe once a year to clean out the cobwebs. Yeah, kind of reset, and actually sometimes you could wake up the next day like kind of refreshed, But I've done them already a couple times this year, but small amounts.
Is that called microdosing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how much is a microdose?
I don't know what's a dose.
It all depends on you.
In my neighborhood, they have it like a church.
I like to eat.
And they
a church of the.
It's actually in North Beach. They have one in Oakland.
Oh, and they have that same one.
I saw that on the news. They do like it's part of their ritual, right?
Yeah. So they really are able to do it in microdoses, like really, really small amount, because it's true. If you just have them in bulk, you're not really sure how much you're going to get. You can kind of eyeball it, but you're not totally sure. But so it sounds interesting for those that like mushrooms, maybe to do the microdosing.
Yeah.
And they are doing that in studies these days for psychological or helping people with post-traumatic
stress disorder, PTSD, yeah.
So it's
before we came on, I was sharing about. So you do it once every year. I do it once every 30, and
once every 30 years, or
right, once every 30 years.
Knock the rust out.
And the first one was like 26 years ago, so I got 4 years to go before the next one.
Right.
But it was about the dose. It was unclear because so a friend gave me a bag of shrooms and said. Take them with somebody else and only break this into 4 pieces and only eat 1 quarter each and save the other 2 quarters for another time. And so we went to the Bayfair Mall in San Leandro and we went to Taco Bell and got 2 soft tacos and we each put a quarter of the bag in our soft taco. We ate it. We walked around for about 5 minutes and realized it wasn't kicking in. And then we went back to Taco Bell and got 2 more tacos and loaded it up. Took some more. We walked back in. So this is like 15 minutes. We're like, what the hell is going on? Stuff ain't working. So we drove back to my grandparents' house, and on the way we stopped and got a Mickey's 40 apiece. And so we slammed those real quick because my grandparents would know we were drunk or whatever. And we took a football and went across the street to play with it, and we're playing catch. And there's a spiral drawn on the end of the football so that you know if you're throwing a spiral or not. My friend and I are throwing it. We just keep getting further and further apart. Finally, I throw it to him, and he just watches the black dot on the end of the ball all the way till it hits him in the forehead. And then he just goes, something's happening. And then I had to go back shrooming balls to my grandparents' house. And BYU was playing football on the television, and one of my uncles played football at BYU. So we see the uniforms, and I'm like, man, when did they get like rainbow colors on their uniforms? And my grandpa goes, what the hell's wrong with you, you stoop? Those are the same uniforms they wore for years. I'm like, I'm going to go to bed now. So that's my one shroom experience.
Good one. You knew you had to go to bed.
Well,
It's getting too
I,
out
just,
of hand.
I was gonna say something that would have outed me.
Right.
Right. Like I probably already had, but my grandpa didn't know what shrooms were. I'm sure.
I'm sure he's heard of them. Oh, Tim's waiting for his story.
I don't have any stories. I never tried it. I mean, unless you're talking like truffles shaved on top of pasta.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's about as extreme as my shrooms ever.
Where do you get this?
Truffles?
Now that's microdosing. You're talking about they were
Actual
No,
food.
No, these
No,
are,
actual
these-
food.
those are
No,
No, like
mushrooms.
eating a mushroom that is on
As a mushroom, no magic, no
just a
shroom.
regular
Just
old
mushroom.
He's never
Just
done
cooking.
psychedelics.
I think like pigs dig those up out of the dirt in France
They
or
do.
something.
Yes, they
Isn't
do.
that
They're
true?
specialists.
Truffles.
Yes. That's how they
Oh,
find
the truffles.
Yeah,
Yes.
the pigs find
Truffle
the truffles.
pigs.
They're like trained to be truffle sniffers.
Yeah, I've seen that in a movie called Pig
Really?
with Nicolas Cage.
Damn, Nicolas Cage is in everything.
Yeah.
Great movie.
I do have a shroom story though from high school.
Oh, damn, let's hear it.
I kind of forgot about it, so I'm not late. But it was the newest thing, and so we had some at lunch in a capsule, and apparently it was a whole lot. And then at biology class, I'm sitting there in class, and I'm looking at the teacher, and and I'll never forget, he had a blue and white striped shirt, and the shirt started going up into his face. And it was like really like, oh my God, I forgot everything about that. And I'm sitting there tripping, and he said, and Mark, what did you think of this semester? And I was like, I think it went fine, and everybody laughed, and it was pretty traumatic. And then I walked home, and then I remember at dinner time, my parents said, Mark kind of seems out of this world tonight. And I was like, no, I don't know. So it really was strong. Yeah.
Microdose,
But
I guess.
That was a macro dose.
That was
Yeah.
more of a
That was a
macro.
macro dose. Yeah.
Macros are bigger. They're like
Yeah, it's like
fist
a full-
size.
Right.
But we have to be careful. It's all like British measurements or something.
Oh yeah, right.
metric system.
Didn't I
Yeah.
tell you?
Yeah.
I thought you knew. Oh no.
It's a metric microdose.
I don't. I don't do the shrooms really. I mean, yeah, my problem is if it looks like food, I might try to eat it.
That's what you do with food.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I might just think the mushroom is just looks too good, or it might just be a mushroom, not a shroom.
You'll know, believe me.
Yeah, no, they don't look.
They're like
Tasty.
more like, yeah.
They look like they have mold on them.
Yeah, it probably doesn't smell good.
No, that's why you put it in a Taco Bell soft taco.
See,
Because then you get like the
I would eat it in
mild
a taco.
sauce. Yeah.
I went into a round table that my friend managed and said I would like a large mushroom pizza with these mushrooms.
Oh no.
Oh yes. After it's been cooked.
I just feel like I've lost too many brain cells in that
I don't-
early age as it is, but you all seem fine.
They might
with,
bring them back.
I don't know. Do,
Clear out the cobwebs.
do
right?
shrooms actually kill brain cells? Is that scientific? I don't know.
Hamburgers kill brain cells at this point.
Breathing kills
Everything
brain
does.
cells.
Well, yeah, definitely because you're breathing in toxins.
I mean, he's probably advocating it. I just mean, in general, just someone that's been on has killed your brain cells, or it was just life that did it.
Yeah, it was just life that did.
Yeah.
We were talking about. I was in here. We were talking about they want decriminalized, but that thing got vetoed. You think? I guess you all think it should be all go for it, right?
Like what, decriminalize what
I
specifically?
mean, not. Legalize.
Hallucinogen like mushrooms.
Yeah, legalize
so,
weed.
Newsom vetoed a bill about a month and a half ago. It was supposed to decriminalize psychedelics, including hallucinogens.
And I think the
like
guy does
mushrooms, DMT.
psychedelics, so I think there was probably a reason behind.
There's no way you look
politically.
that much like Gordon Gekko without doing psychedelics. Like,
Yeah.
I-
I mean, he always looks like some leaf blower hit him in the face, and then something else hit him in the face, like a hot frying pan, and then it molded into what it is now. And then blow dryer came along, and then it was boom.
So you're saying it's like some sort of plaster? It's applied.
Yeah. It's a good one, though. I mean, it's a good plaster. But yeah, so you guys think it
Should be legal.
should be legalized?
I don't know. I mean, like, I think that legalizing weed was a good thing. So
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
That's
I
a
mean,
big step.
yeah.
I just feel like if
Maybe
someone's-
only for medicinal purposes.
yeah, like
Just kidding. I don't
Like-
believe in that shit at all. Like,
Like in my-
you're either legal it or don't. Like,
if I
how many people do you know that got weed for medicinal purposes that had medicinal purposes?
oh yeah, it was a joke. I remember the Snoop Dogg concert when it wasn't legalized. Or
Yeah.
I think you get a fine if you did back in the day, but he used to get like a card, and
Yeah.
I remember he used to mock it. Oh, my back hurts today. I'm sick. I'm sick, yo. I'm really sick.
Get
I
a-
got my
you can get a state ID
Yeah.
that has a state
Cannabis
emblem
card.
from the state of California.
You don't get that anymore.
Yeah, you can have it though.
Yeah,
But, like,
I
actually
had
help you
one
out is the
too.
problem.
Like, so that was like what I learned when I got the weed card was that don't eat the entire brownie at once.
Yeah.
It's like the mushroom
You
thing.
see?
Don't eat 2 tacos.
See, I like to eat too much.
I called my wife from a parking lot at a Costco in Santa Clara when I had been working right down the street here, and got a Snickers bar. It was called, and I ate it, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go see my friends in like Palo Alto or something, right? And then I'm like, I don't know where the fuck I am. I'm in
Yeah.
Santa Clara.
Yeah.
There's a Costco. And so thank God we have smartphones, and I just sent her like, here's my location. And then she came pick me up, and the next morning when I woke up, I remember taking a shower for work by putting my head under the thing and just turning it off. And then starting to walk out, she goes, what the hell are you doing? You know, and like, yeah, so don't eat the entire edible at once.
They say you can always, eat a smaller amount. Wait, if it's pot or if it's even mushrooms, you should wait 45 minutes. You can always add to your trip. You can't take away.
Nobody gave me the 45-minute warning.
Yeah.
He's over here Googling the stuff in the background.
No, he doesn't have to.
No,
It's clear he
no.
doesn't have to.
He has a card. He's a professional.
Yeah.
He's a professional. he's like licensed.
I'm
to go.
56 years old and have lived a life.
It got so bad you couldn't text her. You had to just pin her your location and said, I'm here.
I did. I pinned her in my location. Yep.
This is like a dad's day out kind of conversation. Like,
It is,
dad's
really,
unwinding. There's movies on this. Mark, do you have kids?
I don't. No kids.
See, that would be the usual conversation. But there's blessings of having kids. Like Mark, you never wanted one. Obviously.
Well, I didn't. I guess I kind of feel guilty. Like, was I too obsessed with my own career? You know, and I think that was kind of true. Actually, now that I'm a bit older, I think it would be nice to have kids.
Oh.
You know, but I just I've been with several girlfriends who had who, not by my choice, but by a mutual choice. She had abortion, so I could have had kids, like 3 different
And
occasions.
this was their choice, you said?
Yeah, it wasn't me. I definitely did not push
Good for them.
them to do that. But and I did move around a lot. For my music career, I lived in Hollywood for a while, and then I lived in Massachusetts for a while with this band, and then Nashville, Tennessee, touring around. We toured around the country for 3 years and all that. So if I had kids, well, somebody said maybe it's better that I didn't have kids, because then I would have been neglecting them. So I don't know if it would have been more selfish to have kids and then be on the road all the time. So I guess it worked out right. But there is something they say about it. When you get older, much older than I am now, to have had kids to help take care of you. I kind of getting that feeling that it would be nice to have some kids.
So it would have been selfish to have kids while you're having your career, but it wouldn't be selfish to have kids to take care of you when you're
Right.
old.
Exactly. So
I'm
it's
in.
not fair.
I'm in on this. I'm
Right.
in.
Right.
Tim and I have enough kids for everybody. So,
This
I
thing
guess
is
I'll
weird
take
when
a
people
couple
say
off
that,
your
though.
hands, I guess.
Like that is something people say.
Yeah.
What he was told about kids that have kids.
yeah.
Because you'll have someone to take care of you later on in life.
But in all seriousness,
What do
it's
you
not even
two guys
like
think
I
about
think
that?
that multi-generational household family, people taking care of the older. That's the way it's done everywhere, but here, here we decide old people aren't worth having other people take care of them or whatever, right?
For yourself.
Everywhere else, you're like, hey, this is my grandma and my mom, and we all live in this house down the street, right? Like they all, like in other countries, that's pretty common.
Make sure they all live around the same area.
Or they live in the same house. In
Yeah,
some
I've seen that
cases,
with the Indian people with
Yeah.
90 Day Fiance show.
I've never seen that show. My children love it. That's why I won't ever watch it.
You must watch Adventure Time, though. The kids, I've had to watch that with kids.
Our kids are all grown up, so
Yeah,
they're off living their life now.
I have a daughter who's 23, a daughter who's 20, and a daughter who's 16. And so the 16-year-old's still like siphoning off the company funds or whatever, but the other two are pretty much, they don't live at home anymore.
Good then, congratulations.
Yeah, well,
that.
Congratulations to them. I mean, they're the ones who are doing it.
They're getting the money there. Well, that's one thing. It's weird. I thought the parents were supposed to take care of the kids. Where did this
kids take
care of parents thing come into play? Is that the backup plan? Like, when I croak out and can't, in case that happens and I can't walk or do anything.
I think it depends. Like my wife is right now taking care of her parents, so we kind of understand what it's like to be the kids taking care of the parents. And I think
so you're doing both.
And to be honest, you're lucky if they want to take care of you. Mm-hmm. Like, because a lot of kids, they don't want to take care of you. They'll just throw you in a home or something like that. Mm-hmm. And like, so if your kids actually want to help you out, then you're lucky.
Yeah. Can I miss on how old your kids are?
My oldest, she's 20, and my youngest is 17. So he's in high school, senior year.
So I got you both beat. 24, 27, 28, 31.
There you go.
Hike.
4.
Blue, 42, set, go.
Yeah.
And I already know I'm fucked. Like I'm gonna be living in a old folks home, and my girls are gonna be taking care of my wife.
At the age of 47, that's sad.
Well, I'm 48 now, so
he moves in next year.
Yeah, moves in next year. I mean, when it comes to that time, like they'll have my wife with them, and I will be, they'll visit me on weekends.
Well, we did
gamble,
we did help take care of my dad. My dad recently passed away at 97.
Wow.
And my younger sister, actually moved in. To and did help him until she just couldn't anymore. Then we did actually have to move him to a home thing, and so that is how that went. And I came over and helped out as much as I could.
Yeah, we had my grandmother, my uncle lived with her, and then on the weekends we had a crew of like 4 of us that would rotate the weekends so we could do other stuff. And we stayed with her till she was. I actually carried her to bed the last time she went to bed. It was quite a week, but it's actually, I think it's way more rewarding to be like with them during that period of time than to put. I could tell what you were saying too. You did the same. It's hard to like not do that.
Yeah. And I always hoped that I would be living in the area when my parents got older, and I was.
Yeah,
so that worked out good.
Are you native Bay Arean?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, when I was actually, I got born back east when my father had a job in New York City.
Okay.
But we're not really from there because when we were 5, my father took a job in San Francisco. So I've spent most of my life, as a Californian. But
Tim, you're native Californian, yeah.
Yep. Born and raised in San Francisco.
I think the whole putting the parents into a home thing, that takes work too. I wouldn't mind being put in a home.
Depends what kind of home,
yeah,
right?
You know what? We actually tricked.
It's
really bad. Well, so my mom.
That doesn't sound too rare.
Well, and it's kind of sad, but he. I don't know if you want to hear this, but my mom got dementia, like in her 80s, and became totally blind, and didn't. So she no longer, my father couldn't handle it anymore. So we did put her in a really nice place, a real nice home. My father drove the back roads to go see her every single day, and we would come as much as we could, but she no longer knew who we were and all that kind of stuff. So that was pretty sad. But so when my sister couldn't take care of him enough anymore, and the doctors even said, he's not getting the care he really needs at home. Actually, it's really sad, but we did move his favorite chair and some of his stuff over to the place, and we said, "Hey, Dad, we're going for a drive," and where are we going? Anyway, you'll see. And we went to the place, and we went there, and he knew where it was, and then we went in the room, and he saw his chair there, and he sat there, and he said, "You guys tricked me." So it was like, oh man, it really kind of broke my heart. But the truth is, the doctors insisted, really, because we couldn't give him enough care because he was.
Well, it was out of love. That's what the doctors told you.
Yeah,
So you were doing the right thing.
Yeah, but then he kept saying, well, Mark will get me home. Will take me home. It was really, really sad. Like on the first night, he called and he said, "Where are you?" And I said, "Well, I'll be able to come on Thursday." Thursday? Come now, and it'll make me cry. But apparently he spent the next 2 days by the back door. Well, my son's coming to pick me up. Like, oh man.
Yeah, that's all he remembers.
It was sad. But then what's really sad is that COVID hit, and I couldn't visit him as much as I wanted. So I did, but not as much as I wanted, and so that's really sad.
But he didn't forget who you were, though.
No, he didn't. No. It's like, but he had kind of asked me, "Don't leave me here," and I did. Yeah, but I told him, "Dad, they won't let me take you home," which is true.
So it's up to him to fight to get out. They won't let me take you.
Right.
There's a force field there.
And
you could kind of play around with that.
Well, maybe he wanted me to just bring the car around, just bring him out the back door, and just pop him in the car. And I could have done that, I guess.
And then you could say, "Oh no, there's this force field here. I can't go any further." And then you go, and then he tries again another week. Oh well, let's try again next Thursday or something, and then you keep on making it a routine.
That's true. Could have done it.
I guess that's coming from someone who doesn't have much family. Yeah, but my family experience was I guess my uncles had the dad thing in a way. Well, he never really had. I just have some experiences where we're playing. We're at the dugout and you throw the ball to the person and they hit it, sort of thing.
Baseball.
Yeah, but you're in like this
batting cage.
Batting cage. Yeah. He pitched and I hit it and I knocked him over because I conked him in the head. And at that moment I was like, man, my cousin's lucky to have a dad. Because it was
because you knocked him over with a ball.
Yeah, I mean that's a dad thing, right? You're like, oh man, I wish I could say, man, this dad and son trips and all these experiences. But it wasn't my dad, but kind of made me feel like, gosh,
if only you had a dad
thing
to hit with a line drive.
I mean, that could be our memory.
That
time you left that scar on my head.
My brother broke my uncle's jaw with the baseball in the same situation. He broke his jaw.
Oh my God!
It's not a good memory, man.
But it's something you have to talk about forever.
Well, it's true because I just remembered it right now, and I wasn't even there.
Yeah, but I remember to mention that is a tough thing. As you lose your memory, you feel weird stuff in your socks, and you hear things, and I had it for one day.
Speaking from experience,
it was a simulation because I was helping out a run they have out here in the city for dementia, Alzheimer's, and I had to go in the simulation thing, headphones and like rocks in our socks. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
It's a simulation. Do you run? Is that what you were just saying? Though you run?
No, there's a screen in front of you. Like you're sitting there, and there's a screen in front of you, so you're kind of.
It's like Clockwork Orange a little.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
because Clockwork Orange was weird.
Yeah, it's hella weird.
So,
Very weird.
Mark, the dad's take on Mark. I mean, Robert De Niro had kids, so maybe not too late for Mark.
Didn't like Larry King have kids when he was like 90?
I would actually go for it, but actually my sweetheart passed away.
Oh.
But I assumed I'd have another girlfriend right away. But I guess now I'm starting to enjoy living alone.
It's not too late to have kids. It's too late to have kids with her.
With her. But
Right.
anyway, that's a side note. But I've been single now for 7 years. It's kind of crazy. But
Yeah, I mean,
I've had dated a few times, but
yeah. In fact, there's probably people out there that don't use. Have you met some people that may want the kids?
I would go for it, to tell you the truth. They all say, yeah, but when the kid's going to be 15 or 13, you'll be too old to play ball with them. And so I would be really old by then. Well, so I would go for it though. If I had a new girlfriend and she became pregnant, I would probably push for see how this goes. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's a choose your own adventure book,
Yeah.
like in real life.
Whole new material for writing songs too.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's a different angle. Like these guys are more like I could see them maybe throwing the ball, maybe tackling the kid down, doing stuff.
Did you miss the part? I just have girls. Like, we don't do any of that shit.
They don't. The girls don't do that kind of stuff.
No,
huh?
I mean, some girls do, but my girls don't. Yeah, they're like.
They don't
It's
play
a little
rugby.
different. So they don't. So that would be you would have to pick out dresses and all that.
No, well,
Prom.
No. My oldest one, you have to pick out books. Like she sits in her room and reads books. That's her thing, right? And then the middle daughter, we go thrifting. So I don't pick out shit.
Thrift
She picks
stores.
out clothes for me. Yeah, thrifting.
I
Yeah, you
could dig
go from
that.
thrift store to thrift store and take like 17 hours a day just looking at old people's junk and buying it for pennies on the dollar.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah, it's all good.
Well, women are very good at
And then the youngest one's an actress.
making it not look that way. Because what looks like trash to you,
Is one
they
man's
come
treasure.
in there and they make
Trash and treasure, and all
yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, but no, that's my middle daughter for sure. She like goes to thrift stores. Like we went to the Soar Optimist thrift store in Whitefish, Montana, and I got 2 pairs of iguana skin cowboy boots for $16 total.
See, she knew
So
what
I
was
mean
good for
that's
you.
the shit, right? And so she's like, "Oh yeah, those boots." And she got some boots too. So now we have cowboy boots that we can wear together. So it's better than tackling. No line drives, breaking jaws. It's all good.
You would have to do that to the boyfriends or the guys that come over. I watched Married with Children.
Yeah, I mean, I think like my plan was always to sit on the front porch with a baseball bat, cleaning it with rubbing alcohol when they showed up.
And doing what?
Just clean it with rubbing alcohol. It's like rub the bat down. Go, oh hey, how's it going? How are you? I never did that though.
With being a father, you have to be in shape more. You have to even the dad bod. It's a bigger bod. Yeah, it's a bigger bod.
Well, the question is, why would you have a 6-pack when you can have a keg?
Yeah, I mean,
Like a keg is more, it's better.
well, because if you're chasing someone, that's a thing. The 6-pack will stay elevated, which holds you back. Say you got a kegger. Say you do fall. You're just rolling faster after the bad guy.
So we're like going down a hill here a little bit, yeah?
But they think that's hilarious when you fall.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's weird. I think it's hilarious when kids fall. Because they take a moment to cry. They stand there for a minute, and then I just wait for them.
Here it comes.
I'll get my bag of popcorn, and then they start crying.
Yeah.
Another minute I watch it, I'm like, okay, good.
That was fine.
Yeah. But yeah, so Tim, you have a girl animal.
Yeah. My oldest, she's a theater kid, so she was theater and art. And that was her jam. And then my youngest, he got a little bit cheated out of like COVID hit right his freshman year in high school. So all the hobbies he picked up were like indoor hobbies, like video games and stuff like that. He never really got out.
He plays video games. He's an athlete.
He's an esports athlete.
He's an esports athlete.
Like, and that is the thing now. Like there's like colleges have esports programs and stuff, and he's really into that. But that's like, you know, sitting at the computer and playing video games for sports.
I guess because if you see it, you figure you can do it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like
maybe he thinks.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like Mike Tyson, like
that's a lot like the new movie Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but yeah, I mean, or even I played Gran Turismo, but even
Mike Tyson's
watching
Punch-Out.
Fast and Furious, you figure you can do that stuff.
You caught that I was doing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Well, yeah, I'm that old. Yeah,
me too. I mean, obviously, that's what.
Probably.
So, like right now in my home office, like there's the when I have to work from home, it's there. All my stuff's here. Well, right next to me on the wall is another TV with an NES plugged into it. Right? So then when I get frustrated with the dumb shit that I'm listening to, you go like, all right, in between meetings, turn on Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, beat up some cartoon characters for a while.
That game?
And then you're back.
Wow.
Yes, I do.
That's a classic.
Beat their ass, and then you feel better. And you're just like, all right, because you're not really hurting anybody. It's a digital representation of a stereotype
when you have
and
kids,
caricature.
you have to you have to hurt them at times. I mean, when they get out of line,
no, they hurt you way more. Let me tell you.
well, they're bigger now. They're bigger now.
No, like not
Well,
physically.
I mean,
they like
I
break
don't
your
know how
heart.
big
You know?
your daughters are. I mean, you said you have two, so they could
Three.
Yeah, three. Yeah, so they could really gang up on you, even though they're daughters.
They're not. They're
Get you in
not. They're not violent. They're lovers, not fighters. So.
Yeah. So wait, this was oh yeah. What? Seeing how the kids come up as you know, changing the diapers and all of that. What made this a thing? Because Mark's gonna probably have to do that someday.
Change diapers?
What coming from two fathers? What made this? Because you knew this was what you're gonna have to do.
You don't think about
when
that.
Did you think to yourself? Yeah, I don't mind that. Because people say, "Well, it's my."
When did I first think about it? The second she took a shit on my leg, I was like, "Oh God damn! Why did I do this?"
And
Too late now.
Yeah,
she's not going back.
Yeah, you can't just shove it back in there.
Yeah, it can't be.
Hey, there was a question about. Oh, definitely not that part. What do you enjoy most about being a father?
Do you want to go?
Because these guys are a dad rock duo.
That's right.
Dad rock.
I'm a sappy old man. I think that I'm a sappy old man, and I think for me, it's like watching someone become a person. Like someone, you know, you think of them as your kid, right? When they're babies, they haven't developed a personality or anything, but then you watch a person become a person and have their own ideas and their own opinions and their own everything.
And that sucks.
Oh,
yeah,
and sometimes what they want to do is not what you wanted them to do, and you have to let that go. But like, that's an amazing gift to be able to watch someone, start to exist.
I think, like for me, it's a. It's that. So like you get a question sometimes when you have three girls. It's like, what? Were you trying for the boy? Are you going to try for a boy?
Yeah,
and I'd be like, fuck no. Like the every child is so unique. Every human being is unique individual. So like my first daughter is a bookworm. She's going to become a college professor. That's what she's doing right now. She's at University of Colorado in Denver. She's learning to teach and lecture at college. And so that's her thing, right? Well, the middle one, like I told you guys, she's like. She's a fashionista. She's into like vintage clothing. She loves all that sort of stuff. Totally different. They're not even remotely the same. And then the third one is like Tim's daughter. She's a theater kid, an actress. She was just in this summer. She was in her first ever paid gig, which was she's in a feature film that's going to be at Sundance.
Well,
and like none of those, like each one of those girls are unique and. Vibrant in their own way, and you don't have to like, you know, that's the cool part is like just to see when he says become who they are, they become who they are, right? Like,
well,
no, not really. I didn't do that. That was their mom.
In spite of him.
That was in spite of me. That was their mom who did all that. I just was like,
well, I mean, you kept the mom there. I suppose.
Well, there was some time when that was pretty dangerous
with the
too.
moms.
Yeah, we're both.
Well, so you made that. I mean,
26 years married.
That could have got the shaft there.
So you're at 26 years
Married, yeah.
yeah, and we're at 24.
I think maybe that's what happened, because I think my dad did like the human part until he maybe thought, oh, there's going to be opinions involved. Because after a year, he was like, yeah, oh, wait, hold on. I'm hearing about there's going to be opinions involved and all that stuff. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen with
your
friends
dad?
and people. Like, they just like,
What?
they've got an idea what the kid's going to be, and as soon as it's not that.
He left that one. It could have been the diapers, too. I heard he didn't like changing diapers.
Is he alive?
Yeah. Well, he lives in Utah. I met him 9 years ago. I guess I should try to have
no, you don't have to. I'm ripping traumas out of you. I don't mean to.
No, I mean, he left when I was 1, so it's not like there's no real feelings, but I should try to.
So I'll tell you. My dad died when I was 4.
Oh, what?
Right. Yeah. So
When you.
What happened for me was, when you have children of your own, you get to learn about that relationship from the other angle that you didn't have from the angle you had growing up, right?
Totally different perspective.
And so it's like, oh, you grow up. I think probably you and I have a lot of the same fears, like where you're just like, well, I wonder if my dad would be proud of me. I wonder if my dad would love me. I wonder all these sort of things. And then you have a kid and you go like, there's absolutely no way he wouldn't. There's absolutely no way that he didn't have this moment, because like, I didn't even know I was going to have this moment.
All those fears are put to rest as soon as you have a child.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's the best part about being a dad, is that I know my dad loves
I
me.
guess I do think to myself, I think we're both saying to where we could easily just, just forget about things. He was like, does he still exist? Huh? Oh, I do have a son. Well, I don't know if he thinks he has a son. I think to myself at times, well, someday he's gonna die. I should try to have a relationship, I guess.
Well,
now that I know he does exist, I
Would
was
it
told
be-
so many things growing up. Like
would it be beneficial to you though?
I think it might be.
Man, I feel like Dr. Phil right now.
I think it might be. See, I don't know. I don't know, man.
You know, I'm not licensed to do this kind of conversation, so don't listen to me. I don't know shit.
Oh, you're on the right show for that.
I don't have a license like his.
What did
Mine's expired.
Oh, what
That is
did?
the rope that is fighting for
This
it.
could be for. It's for you. What did you have as a child that kids today don't have?
Playing outside. I don't know.
I think it's more the opposite. It's like kids today seem to have everything. Like,
Yeah.
Online, they have access to. They have access to everything, and so I think the opposite is true. We had constraints growing up. Like you had only what was in front of you. There was no internet. You had to figure out how to find your friends. There was like no way to get around. Like you didn't have cell phones. Like so you
Cruise the neighborhood and like hung out with
I think
everybody.
it's more about what it's more about the constraints that we had as kids. I think is what makes it different.
Yeah. Sometimes I wouldn't be home for days. Now, my mom would just see where I checked in.
Yeah, for real. Like I could follow all my girls right here on this thing.
They probably got GPS.
No, yeah, we all do. Everybody
That could be a
turn
good
yourself
thing,
back on right now. I know you're out.
Start doing the shrooms,
Wait, she's out doing shrooms. I better go find her.
Now you might have that situation where it's kind of nice.
I've been very open with my kids about those things, like drugs that I've done. I've nearly ruined my own life from drugs and alcohol and that sort of stuff. So, like, I have no place to tell them not to do things. I have a place to tell them to be healthy about
have
it.
you on speed dial.
That's
Yeah.
realistic.
Yeah, I'll be healthy about it. Don't do what I do.
Let's get. Oh, I think this one was. What was the hardest moment for you guys as a father?
Oh shit. Man.
I mean, the first most difficult moment for us was our daughter was born. Our first child was born. She had a stroke in utero, so she was born, and in the hospital was having seizures. Like did the whole NICU thing and did the whole like what's going on thing, and that's a scary moment. Like you don't know what you're doing as a parent, and then have all that happen at the same time.
Jeez.
That was super scary. But that was like, in hindsight, that's like logistically. She's fine now, by the way. I mean, she is autistic, and as
I mean, other than being Tim's daughter, she's
other than
totally
that,
fine.
Yeah, that was her unfortunate lot in life. But I mean, there's a lot of emotional things they put you through too. Like, you know, when you find out that your kid's autistic and you've got to help.
So
them through
your
that
kid's still autistic.
Yeah.
I don't think that goes away.
No. So there's always challenges. Whether
To be honest, man.
Whatever it is.
Looking at the autistic people, I don't know if I would want it. Well, once you have it, I don't know if I want it to go. Or just looking from the outside, it seems like they gravitate towards things and they're super smart about it. Am I right?
Well, that's a spectrum, right? There's a spectrum, and so like people fall in different parts of it. And, like there's high functioning autism, there's low functioning autism,
You hope
there's
for the
nonverbal. Like,
that's why she wasn't caught with the autism until she was 19 or 20.
She really smart in certain areas,
right? And when you're very smart, it's easy to mask it, so people don't notice that you have it
because you don't have the facial expression.
Because you've figured out how to hide it your whole life, and so she's a high functioning autistic as opposed to someone who's like nonverbal and can't even talk. Like, so it can be super severe.
Yeah, it can go in all like that.
You don't know what the person's feeling at times.
Yeah, I mean, she could usually tell us what she's feeling, so I don't worry about that as much.
More like just forward instead of talking about emotions.
No, she does okay with emotions. It's mostly like she does hyperfixate on things, and then you have the opposite, which is hard to get started on things, and then also like social anxiety and like not knowing how to deal with people and standard conversation. She'll mimic behavior, but won't necessarily understand why you are doing what you're doing at the party or whatever. So those types of situations can be tiring for her.
Yeah,
I feel like I could understand these people, but you said they're not all the. Not everyone with autism is
really
same.
depends. Yeah, it's all different. But I think the social anxiety thing is
I could understand that.
Mm-hmm.
That's for, you don't have to be autistic to know that's right. And it's hard to watch your kids struggle with stuff like that because you can't do anything. Like you want to tell them that this is going to be fine, everything's going to be okay. Those people don't fucking matter, and they won't matter in like very little time. But for you, it's going to feel like an eternity. And that's hard shit to deal with. Like, especially like, like they call it bullying or whatever nowadays. But like when there's people who, you know your kids are struggling with some other children of their age or whatever, it's really hard to sit and watch that and just kind of be like, I can't fix it for you, but you're going to be fine anyway.
It's already hard enough as an adolescent, let alone a 20-year-old dealing with special needs and a disability, but then you add that into the mix and it just makes it that much harder. Right?
Yep.
And so we just love them even that much more.
Yep.
Well, yeah, being a father, you want to fix it.
Oh, for sure. But that's the thing that you have to come to terms with. Like, you can't. Like,
well, and that's the point of Dad Rock, actually.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, this part's
it's all like it's all music about like how to like be a dad.
This sounds like a great segue.
This part's for my dad to listen to.
You
want to fix it. Like,
I thought Mark was supposed to play music.
Hey, how would you guys feel if you weren't like your kid was going through stuff and you were not there, like traumas and all that?
Yeah.
Honestly, growing up without my dad, like the one thing that I get, and he had no choice. Like he had cancer and he died, right? And so you're just like, people who are fathers but choose not to be fathers, my personal bias is fuck those people. Like fuck them big time, and like go to hell, straight to hell. And they are the ones missing out. I can say that I've been on both ends. They are the ones who are missing the real shit. I want
to feel like I'm a smart person, so I can feel that way. Yeah.
Fuck those people.
F that person. I'm really smart.
Just get it to. Just like you can do it.
Just
fuck those people.
I just say I'm just a supermarket worker. Gosh darn it. But then again, I guess I am of value. Look at all the snacks I can bring. All right.
Listen, there's no so
snacks.
seriously. My grandfather once said to me, because when I was younger and we went, the little league field that I played little league at was next to a golf course, like a municipal golf course, and there was an older guy there who worked, and he was like cleaning balls for people and doing all this kind of clubby stuff, right? And I said to my grandpa, I'm like, God, I hope when I'm an adult, that's not my job. And he got pissed, and he looked at me and he goes like, that guy's working hard for what he has. You respect that. So it doesn't fucking matter what you aren't your job, man. You're your effort and what you do to make things better for you. So just keep doing it.
That's a real man talking right there. Oh, should we yeah.
Let's let Mark.
Should we play Mark's video?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about Mark's video before we go into it.
Well, all right. Well, let's see.
I believe Mark. Let's see where it starts with legendary right here.
Legendary rocker.
Up there. Wow,
Where's Mark with the legendary part? Open up for people, the likes of the Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a good night.
Am I right, or was that just a drink? You did.
You opened for the Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
And it was during the sock era.
Socks on, oh, you guys were there when you ate socks on the penis.
We were backstage, so it was.
Did they like put two-sided tape on those things, or
I don't know.
One size does not fit all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I did not get a real close up.
Were any of them hung like a pimple? No, just kidding.
I mean, you gotta stay on the whole time to keep those on.
I don't know. Well, it was just, as I recall, it wasn't the whole show.
Yeah,
just like the encore or something like that.
Yeah, they had to hurry up. It's getting chilly. Well, yeah, Merle Haggard,
Bakersfield,
Chris Isaac. He opened up for all these guys.
Yeah, well, we had this band.
Big difference, range of music there too.
That's true. A big different
range of music. Los Lobos.
Oh yeah.
Vince Gill.
Yeah. Well, my mom was a music teacher and a professional music teacher, so she gave us all formal lessons at age 8, and so so I already learned to read notes. So then at age 10, I noticed a guitar there. And so when I picked up the guitar, she said, you're going to learn to read notes. And so I learned like classical guitar and note reading. And then that led to jazz. The next best teacher, the next best teacher around was a jazz guitarist. So I learned all these, I learned my jazz chords and reading notes at a really, really young age, even before listening to Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton and all that.
But they still blew your mind either way, right?
They did.
So you're way too busy to have kids.
But then it was and then it was after that. Then when I went to the college jazz band, I went. Well, I know these chords. Oh, I know these notes. So I went in I kind of went in the direction of jazz, and they always said, well, you're never going to make money in jazz, but. So I tried selling out. I tried rocking out. I tried writing a hit song and all that, But I had a good time along the way. But my curt answer to what do you play? My curt answer is whatever's paying,
There you go.
But because since I read notes, I can do a wedding ceremony or something like that, and so I was able to make a living. What I want to say real quick, I was a mediocre singer with kind of a baritone range, a low range. So when I tried to play the hit songs, to make a living, trying to be in a band playing top 40 songs, I would bring the guitar player out to sing some of the hit songs, but I couldn't sing that high, And so at about age 30, I realized, what? So I learned to play popular, familiar songs, but I learned to play the melody and the chords at the same time, kind of like a jazz version,
like elevator music a little.
Yeah, but you know what? I ended up making more money doing that because I could do the wedding ceremony or the cocktail hour, but also I could play. For 30 years, I played on the Hornblower Bay cruises, just playing background, but I enjoy it. I'm playing familiar songs. I'll play a Beatles song for those people, and I'll play a Nirvana song for those people, and I'll play a Sinatra for those guys, whatever. So I managed to make a living because I could do that. I mean, a trombone player can't go do a solo gig. I mean, they can pay one guy most of the time. But if you're a drummer, you can't really do a solo gig, you know, or something like that. So I got lucky that I found this niche where I could play familiar music, but without singing. And there was a niche for that. I could play like hotel happy hours or something like that and get paid, and then go do original music at night. So it was cool. So this video.
Here we go. Here's the video going.
A couple of years ago, on this album we did with Mark Holzinger and Take Off Guitar. It's on YouTube all over the place with that. And this is one of the videos that we did of an original song of mine where I'm singing and doing a little bit of acting in the video from a couple of years ago called Why Oh Why. I'd like to credit my bandmate John Waller for producing this video, and it's just a fun video we did called Why Oh Why, an original song of mine.
Train go off the track. I get the feeling my woman ain't coming back. It's 4 a.m. and I've still got bags to pack. She took the keys, the dog in the pickup truck. The sheriff figures she's heading for Winnemuck. I'm on the Greyhound bus, think about us, guess I'm dang plumb out of luck. Train go off the track. Thought she'd cut me some slack, instead she gave me the sack. Guess I'll head on down to Miss Lulu's country shack. I stopped for gas at an old-time honky-tonk bar. Had a nice conversation with the moonshine whiskey jar. Well, the hell with it all, I always have this old guitar.
was Why Oh Why by Mark Holzinger. You got a couple more songs for us live in studio.
Well, I guess. Well, I was talking about how I'm not a very good singer, an okay singer, and how I found out I could play familiar songs, you know, on without singing. So here's one. It's a Beatles song called "Something" by George Harrison.
Know that song.
Yeah, so people recognize. Did you recognize the Beatles song?
Oh yeah, George is the best Beatle, man. George is the best Beatle. I was like we were like lip syncing to each other.
We were like dying to sing. We wanted to break it.
Asking me,
so it worked.
Yeah.
So it worked, you know. But, so I found that niche. That's all. Yeah. So then I didn't have to paint.
Well, you can also play like that, which is a little. That's hard.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And so, get into next song and with for that question. Can you share the journey that has shaped you into the musician you are today? And then next song.
Oh well, golly, just my mother giving me the early start, you know, really helped a lot. So, but I found that I really did like a little bit of twang. but I moved to Nashville. And I realized, whoa. When I played my stuff for Nashville, they were like, whoa, wait a minute. Are you from California or something? Because
yeah, you wild kid, you slow down.
Yeah, and I was much too jazz, and I figured out, Western swing. So in Western swing, I can play my jazz stuff, but you can have a little bit of a Western twang to it. And so it took moving to Nashville for me to figure that out. So now I've been in this band for 30 years called Lost Weekend, and I had all these great swing players from the Bay Area. And so in 2016, I got inducted into the Sacramento Western Swing Society Hall of Fame.
All right.
Dang.
And what it was from a guy who I didn't know. That made it even better. It wasn't like my band leader, You
didn't pay someone to nominate you?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It was somebody I didn't know, which to me made it seem even more
It's
special.
even better than Star on the Walk of Fame because you got paid for that.
Yeah, I'll pay. But anyway,
I'll pay for a Walk of Fame.
so I didn't expect my career to really go that way, but it did. So you got to kind of go where you go. So I ended up playing like swing music.
Can I ask you a question? You said something about adding twang.
What?
Adding twang, like you were talking about twang. Is there more to twang than playing seventh chords? Like, what do you do?
I don't know. Like countryish stuff. I mean, I'm really not country, like I said, but it's like I don't know.
And some people.
I'm trying to get a free guitar lesson.
I'm just like, well, I'm amazed. I'll never play guitar like that. You know, I mean, like Tim knows that.
Well,
but and there's also some guitarists that will actually take their guitar out of tune to get that twang. They'll loosen up and go out of key.
well, I mean, for like an open tuning.
Yeah.
Doing
slides or
like dobro players and also pedal steel players. Obviously, they don't have frets and they don't have fingers when they're making the notes. I'm sorry, so it's a bar. So they have their guitars tuned so that even just playing with no hand on, it's tuned to a chord.
Yep.
It'll be
like open D or whatever.
Open D or
Yeah.
like the pedal steel players use a C6 tuning. Some whoa, kind of like a six chord. So that's true. But anyway, so I ended up playing stuff like here's one that we used to open with called Twinkle Star. But I don't usually play the melody, but very old-timey, but I love it. I love old-timey stuff. I kind of messed that up.
Really? What are you talking about?
Man, like a real performer had to tell us that he messed it up.
Yes.
We wouldn't have noticed, buddy.
Thanks.
I was in tune with that. I was in a different world. My my chip just visioning I'm in that.
Wait,
world
did
with
you
their music there.
microdose?
Weeks ago. Weeks ago. Took me back in a different place. I was swing dancing.
Yeah.
In my, in my mind there.
I was swing dancing in my mind.
That's good. That's good. That could be a song.
Play some of the dad rock duo here.
Yeah, so let's do a little
Wanna
Leehane
hear
and
some
talk
of their
about
music
dad
here?
rock here.
What's that?
Want to hear some?
I do.
Let's
hear
rock
Let's
duo
hear
here.
Oh shit! Now I'm
So
embarrassed.
tell us a little bit about dad rock, guys.
What is Dad Rock, Jeff? I think you christened us Dad Rock.
Well, so Tim and I are dads, and we started writing. So originally, we met each other at this thing called Balanced Breakfast, like a musicians meetup thing.
Yeah.
And when the pandemic came, I had this idea of, I had all these demos of songs that were like written, but I've never released them or done anything with them. And I was like, I wish I could find some friends who could work with me and we could work remotely and put a song out. And decided I was going to put a song out a month. And so we did that for like 14 months in a row. So I put a single out for 14 months. And Tim produced, because I like reached out to Tim at the beginning of this, go like, hey, I want you to help me with these songs. I like, you can do. So Tim produced probably 8 of the 14, maybe more. I don't remember. A lot of them. Like, and then towards the end, I was like, hey, why don't we just be a duo that writes songs together, and like we'll do that.
That's helpful, yeah.
Yeah, and so
Then
Tim's
we
like,
all know it's just two people.
cool, yeah, that's cool, let's do it. So we start writing these the duo, and then it just happened that most of the songs, the lyrical content, was really about things that had to do with like that you would expect your dad to tell you. Like if he's a good dad, like he would tell you these things. And so like, yeah, we're writing songs that are like encouraging to people, that are dad rock songs, or like real. They're about like
Real morals and standards and
yeah,
a lot of what we've lost in today's society.
I think so. I mean, a little
not
bit.
to mention we're inspired. We both have influences of like '90s rock,
Yeah.
which today would be considered dad rock anyway. So it
Right.
even sounds like dad.
Yeah,
rock.
it sounds like
Not just the lyrical content.
Yeah.
Like Bare
So
Naked
who
Ladies.
are some of those influences?
oh boy, go
Just
first.
throw
A
it.
lot of grunge for me, and Pearl Jam, Soundgarden.
So the Nirvana, the
Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. Yeah, you'll hear it when you hear the music. That you're like, oh, these guys are ripping off.
But having
You
from
liked Alice in Chains? Not that you look like the lead singer.
No, I loved Alice.
it's a
in
lot of
Chains.
harmonies because
Yeah.
I also was heavily influenced by like Bay Area rock, like Journey,
Yeah.
and so like I put harmonies in everything.
Oh, the harmonies are
Like,
fucking insane.
So that's like, there's like it's like Alice in Chains with like major key harmonies.
It's kind of well, it's kind of like
Nothing like
one time I heard Weezer described as if it was Sonic Youth meets Beach Boys, and there's a little bit of that. Like maybe not Sonic Youth and Beach Boys, but there's definitely maybe it's more
Tom
like
Petty meets Chris Cornell.
yeah, Chris Cornell and Tom Petty like had a love child or something like
Weezer
that.
sound like
Call
that.
back. It's somewhere on the spectrum.
Yeah,
Exactly.
somewhere in there.
So-
Yeah. So I mean that's what it is. Really.
All right, cool. So tell us a little bit about the first song we're gonna play when I get that going. Here.
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, Sunday was the first song we did together.
Yeah,
As this duo.
as this duo. Yeah.
And so that one was it sort of established the vibe. I
Right.
think. Like it was just again it was a Dropbox remote collaboration during lockdown,
Yep.
pretty much, and I just sort of recorded this instrumental. I'm like, I like the way this sounds, and I called the file Sunday and sent it to him.
Right.
And he happened to think about stuff. You could tell where the
Right.
rest of the song
So
Sunday, so this
in
is about
true
church.
no, not at all.
Oh.
In true I mean I do go to church, but this wasn't in true dad rock fashion. The reason the lyrics of this song, if you listen to it, you would have not. I don't think you'd guess, but it's about my wife and I spending the day at Alameda Point Antique Fair, like walking around looking at stuff and laughing at things that we're seeing there. And then when we got home from that, and Tim had just sent this file like the weekend before, and we're sitting in our backyard, and there's like dragonflies and hummingbirds going all over the place, and it's like one of these idyllic things. And I'm just sitting there drinking iced tea with my wife and going like, "Damn, I'm an old man."
That was just the iced tea?
Yeah, for real.
So let me get this right. You write the music, you write the lyrics.
We
You
do
guys
both.
You guys interchange a lot.
We do both.
We kind
But
of
you'll share stuff.
We take two paths. Like one will be like I throw down a ditty and he adds to it. Other times he throws down a ditty and I add to it. So it's just
Okay, but it's still kind of like 2 rooms almost. Like almost
kind of.
without-
Although we started doing more live stuff, like writing together. Now that we can be in the same
Now
Yeah.
they can be together.
Yeah, I'm super excited to hear like some of that stuff. I'm super excited for people to hear it.
I want to hear the lyrics. Yeah.
All right, so here we go, guys. This
Antique
is
fair.
Sunday.
Yeah.
He's like Sunday morning. Yes. He's like Sunday morning.
Hey, can you see dragonflies and hummingbirds surfing on the breeze? I never would have ever seen, but you took the time to show me things that only you can see. It's Sunday morning in our hideaway, walking in crowds obliviously, unknowing glance and a subtle way. You show me things that only we can see. Yeah. We have redefined our needs. We've stepped away from anything like a hierarchy. Come Sunday morning and we are on our way. No destination's a sweet journey. Holding hands, absent-mindedly. We're off to see what only we can see, and we believe in what we can see. We believe in what we live. It's better than any of those dreams. All right, let's go. Soaring on this breeze, we don't have to be anything, we just have to be. Soaring on this breeze, we don't have to be anything, we just have to be. This Sunday morning we have no place to be. Contentedness is its own relief. Up and over, surfing on this breeze, smiling at things that only we can see. Yeah. Oh. You pulled through a door into a hallway and you can't find the the shoes you remember, 'cause they are not icy stairs. You fight open, avoid eye contact, 'cause everyone's still staring at you. You wanna run where it doesn't matter, somewhere, anywhere, but nowhere is far enough away. So put your hands in our hands, trust you with our hearts. Together we are the spark. It's gonna be okay. You try to tell yourself, but even you can't listen. Over the hum of all of this anxiety, you try to find your way. You look across the room, and there you notice that the icy stairs would welcome you if you wanted them to. So put your hands in our hands. We'll trust us with our hearts. Together we are the spark. And now you laugh away the nervousness that kept you all apart. And now you talk away the painful things that held each of you down. And now you know the way it's fraught with danger, but you can't step around. And now you know there is one way, and that is all together. So put your hand in our hands. We'll trust us with our hearts. Together we are the spark. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. We are the spark. Gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Say you don't believe in magic or in wishing well. Good, 'cause I don't need enchantment. I ain't looking for a potion, and I don't want a spell. You see, we orbit in these cycles. Now and then we do collide. I don't wanna make you suffer, I just wanna be a lover, if only for one night. 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 And everything is impulse. It's not about wrong or right. I can pull you under, fill you up with wonder, but it dies after tonight. And even in the winter, even as I sleep, I don't need an angel to keep me warm and cradled or harm me in my dreams. daytime and the darkness tend to overlap. Well, either way, I'm listless, 'cause I won't be contented by some tender trap. By tender trap, by tender trap, by tender trap, by tender trap.
Oh yeah, you guys could pop those
You don't
things.
need to rehearse. You're on.
Oh, you could still do it if you. That was Bright Tree Village,
I don't know how this works.
the dad rock duo. You've been listening to, yeah.
K-Love.
Remember it?
Yeah,
When they used
well-
to say that kind of stuff on the radio.
Yeah, you Sunday.
It used to be all cool.
Sunday.
It's not like that anymore.
That's like they
truck commercials.
those are
the big
truck-
rally
I miss
truck
it.
rallies, yeah, like Monster Mash or
Yeah,
whatever they're
yeah.
Well,
called.
there was a guy back in my day. His name was they call him Casey Kasem. There was that guy, and there was another guy before you guys sang with the Wolf, Wolfman Jack. Right?
Wolfman Jack. That's not before my time. Yeah.
Well, he was back in the day. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah. Do you ever listen to Dr. Demento back in the day?
Oh yeah.
How do you guys are young. How do you guys know about these
Well,
guys?
there was a station back in my day called KFRC.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Introduced me all these places. I think one of
6:10
my favorite concerts was when I met Peter Noon, Dr. Elmo,
Yeah.
Tommy Rowe,
Peter Newton.
Gary Lewis.
KFRC.
And I've seen Eric Burden and the Animals a bunch of times.
There's a place in New Orleans called the House.
Yeah, House of Rising Sun. You know, and we're.
And Peter Noon was what from?
We got to get out of this
Hermits?
place.
Peter Newton, Herman Hermits.
No, Peter Noon. Yeah, No Milk Today.
Yeah.
Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter.
That's the one.
Wow.
That was my graduation jam.
All right.
I don't know much about history.
Yeah, I remember that song.
The Silhouette song. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Aging myself. Yeah, I was born in the '60s. Well, I don't know.
Really? You look young.
Oh, thanks. You ever heard of a group called the Fleetwoods?
I have. Sounds familiar.
Mr. Blue.
I would recognize it.
I'm trying to get people to relate. No one could ever relate to me with oldies, but it's good to hear
I could.
you all could relate to me in some way. I mean, it's probably a lot before your
Oldies
time
is a
here.
fucked up term. It's
Yeah, I was going to say, we're not oldies, Luke. We're classic.
Golden oldies they call it. Well, the great thing about even calling it like, oldies, like the music these days would just be old, and there is no reviving a lot of the mainstream music these days. It would just disappear.
Yeah.
Versus all the music from back in the day.
We have algorithm rock now.
Yeah.
Algorithm rock.
Is that it?
It's like I just made that up. It's just
But
it's like
whatever Spotify spoon feeds
yeah,
you.
it's like it's music made to
I'm gonna
to
Google
ble-
that now.
Cool.
Algorithm.
yeah, it's meant to like appeal to the algorithmic crowd. Like so you get the same four chords of
So,
every song and
I guess when it comes to algorithms, I haven't liked any music past 2020. I guess because every year there's this wrap up on Spotify.
Yeah.
And every year it's always in the 2020s. Nothing.
Just so you know, that Sunday, the song that you just heard, and then the Spark, they're dope, and they're from 2023.
Okay.
And they're on all those.
So if I listened to that on the Spotify, it would just stay there for all years to come.
Music. Yeah, we're supposed to.
You guys got a couple more songs?
We're gonna play some live songs, right? What time we got?
We got.
We won't look at the clock.
Time for music.
We get time for music. Yeah. So we're gonna play. We'll play a song called.
I don't know why this is a question to you.
Oh, what's the song?
It says
Question.
Get into the next song, but before that,
Question.
for some reason, we got questions coming in, and they want to ask, what would you do if your friend at work was stealing, and then play the song.
What would I do if my friend at work
that
was
was for you
stealing?
guys, yeah.
I don't. That's a question. That's somebody trying to be subtle and ask dad questions.
Yeah.
Like, what do you tell your? The answer is.
Dad rock you
The
or
answer is.
Dad expert?
Am I on that? I'm
right
looking.
there.
Whoever
Right
asked that question, the answer is, don't steal. If your friend was going to jump off a bridge, would you do it? Now the other thing is, snitches get stitches. That's
Okay.
also time-honored tradition. Don't tell on people. You'll get stitches.
You also have to say, like, if your friend's stealing, like, you got to evaluate who your friends are. I mean, come on.
That's right. You have to ask who.
Yeah.
You
Who
are who
hanging
you
around
you
with?
are who you hang out with.
Well, I like that example because I had a guy on my show that he saved a bunch of people from jumping off the bridge. His whole job was to prevent that from happening.
Wow.
So then that was a great example, jumping
Yeah.
off the bridge. All right.
So we'll do a live song, yeah?
You got a
So
couple of them. Right?
we're
Yeah.
gonna play. This is a song called "Understanding," and it's a very dad rock song. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good. With a little love and some understanding, we can overcome almost anything. With a little patience and humility, we can outrun anything that we dream. If you don't know, well, I can't show you how. You got a lot of things to figure out. So take your time and keep it real. Well, I don't mean to push you. This is my attempt at support. I know how tough times can feel. With a little searching and a lot of discovery, we can grow up to what we can really be. If you don't know, well, I can't show you how. You got a lot of things to figure out. So take your time and keep it real. Well, I don't mean to push you. This is my attempt at support. I know how tough times can feel. It's really hard to do. It's kind of awkward.
And before the next song, we actually got a question. Is it hard to, with Jeff?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
for
shit.
Jeff. He's saying a lot of the questions.
Why the
good
fuck
at
are all the
that.
questions for me? What did I do?
Is it hard to get hired at Facebook?
I don't know.
Sorry, what?
I worked there a long time ago. Like I don't even think anybody that I worked with at Facebook works there anymore.
It's
So-
weird. No one wanted to ask like, how do I get my profile back, or it's just how to get
Doesn't
hired.
hacked,
Yeah, the last worked at Facebook was 2012, so that would be what, a decade ago, more than. So I don't know. I'm sure it's I think it's hard to get jobs anywhere right now. So just keep trying. Things are gonna work out for you.
Oh yeah, next year, pay's gonna go up. You can work at McDonald's for $20 an hour.
Yeah, I mean it's all good.
Oh, well, yeah. Let's get to next. Oh, hey, Mark. Someone asked a question for you. Do Western swing players rely on a specific scale or
Yeah, I was thinking that
Mode.
when you were playing.
as they play over the chord changes?
Huh. Well, I think it's good to like think of every chord in the song and just play the notes that pertain to each chord. So if the song is going, you would go. So it'd be like kind of in a sense like jazz. I mean, you're gonna play. You're just gonna play like here's all of me.
Is that a minor pentatonic though? Like, it sounds like a minor pentatonic scale. Is that what that is?
Well, it actually just went like so that as the intro goes to the 4 chord, which is the C, C minor, G.
It didn't really sound like a minor pentatonic. I was just being
Jeff just
I was just being
throwing out
silly.
the only
I
words
was just
he
being
knows.
silly. Is that a dyadic, whatever? Like,
Somebody got the toilet paper with the word of the day on it.
yeah.
You can tell he takes classes here.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that's a flight of the bumblebee. That's what that was. Oh, and he did it.
You guys are gonna have to follow up this.
I don't
Yeah,
know how.
But I just think, well, I think a lot of guitar players get stuck in the blues box.
That's the minor pentatonic.
That's the minor
Yeah,
pentatonic.
that's.
But so it's hard for them to.
See, it's real. I didn't make that up, and it didn't come off totally.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
You were just a little premature.
I was just being silly, and he suffered my joke very well, and then he just came back and played the minor pentatonic. You know, like,
But so I think I even heard. Sorry to be hopefully this is not blasphemy, but
What?
I heard Stevie Ray Vaughan. It was a ballad. It was some kind of song going on, and he's playing, doing his blues, but then the chord went to, and he just was silent. He couldn't think that, so he couldn't think of what to do over the. So I think it's good to like, just be able to move up the neck like. That's all in one string. But a lot of people are stuck. Then how do they go up here? How do they go up there? You know, so I like to think of it as planting. You know, plant your fingers to the new chord. I know.
Maestro.
Do you have 1 second to play a short version of this song?
Please do.
This is a old standard called Black Orpheus.
Battle of the Hands here.
Oh, no battle. Oh, I made it work. It worked. Does it hop on its own?
So anyway, there's that.
Oh yeah. Smoke on the water.
Oh,
You have to change every 8 seconds or so. Otherwise, you're getting kicked off YouTube. All right, there you go.
thanks.
All right, so let's do a little more with Dad Rock, and then we'll go out and maybe do a jam session as we're going.
Yeah.
And yes, if you're gonna hit it now while someone's not playing music.
Give us
Yours,
yours.
I'll let you hit it. Okay.
What is it?
This is a little thing where it's like a surprise and a
It's like a
package. that-
whoopee ass cushion or something.
No, it's supposed to be an ornament for your tree.
I don't know. Like,
It's
is
also
this
a
the
great way
ornament?
of
Don't eat
importing
it.
illegal
It's an
drugs
ornament.
into the state.
Oh, God, it's got that hole in its top.
Oh yeah, Merry and Bright.
There you
Okay,
go. All right.
so what's this is a song called what the fuck is this
I
song
missed the
called?
hell out of it.
Yeah,
I missed the hell out of you.
What gifts do you have for your kids?
The gift of song.
There you go. Because if he was to say it
Good
out loud
job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't give it away.
He's
now.
helping them grow.
That's
He's
bull-
just giving
they-
them song.
No, they just give a list, and my wife buys all of it. It's just what
now,
happens.
here comes that Amazon gift card, kids.
That's
All
right.
there you
Like,
go.
what is on your Amazon list? Okay. Well, honey, I forgave you before I knew what you would say. I hope that's okay. And I will not blame you, 'cause nothing good comes from that. And I wanna be where you are at. Well, I don't wanna hide behind these angry eyes and selfish lies when I could spend my time making things better with you. And I don't want to run away from the pain I've caused and the things I've lost when, honey, I miss the hell out of you. I didn't mean to chain you. The best butterflies roam free. I didn't think you'd come back to me. I will not defame you, 'cause it just be out of spite, and they all know you're my light. Well, I don't wanna hide behind these angry eyes and selfish lies when I could spend my time making things better with you. And I don't wanna run away from the pain I've caused and the things I've lost when, honey, I miss the hell out of you. But I don't know what to say. I wouldn't want me back either. And I don't know what to do. But every ounce of this pain is true. I hope that rings through. I hope it rings through. I hope. Well, honey, I forgave you before I knew what you would say. I hope that's okay. And I will not blame you, 'cause nothing, I forgot the words. Where you are at. Well, I don't want to hide behind these angry eyes and selfish lies when I could spend my time making things better with you. And I don't want to run away from the pain I've caused and the things I've lost when, honey, I miss the hell out of you. I forgot my own words.
I literally was gonna improv.
I feel like that song's definitely best live.
Oh, right.
And then Mark even joined in with a little.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
no,
awesome.
absolutely
That's
not.
great.
Love it.
I mean, you could really see the passion in the music when you guys are singing it.
I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
I had to join it.
Awesome. You being the dad duo, it's just like a band. You guys ever had conflicts? You want to like punch each other?
Thank God, not yet.
You look serious.
I lift
But
weights.
you never know.
I
He
lift
looks
weights.
like the muscle, but I mean,
He's definitely
you
the
got-
muscle,
you
yeah.
got- yeah. Okay, wow.
It's hard to take me down, though.
No, he's he's bigger than me.
Yeah,
We're both big teddy bears.
We're
That's the
lovers,
problem.
not fighters.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
looks
problem.
like he'd have the bear grip there.
I mean, if we fought, it'd be like, no, you're better at that than me. You know, like that'd be the kind of thing we'd fight about.
Sometimes the men have to hash it out by fight.
No, not all men.
At least once. I mean, I had a physical fight with one of my
sure.
friends back in the day, and we were friends afterwards.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it's
what
cool.
we do.
It happened.
Hey,
All right.
how do you
that's
stay
on.
sharp and to keep doing what you're doing?
Pumice stone.
What was the question?
How do you stay sharp? I don't know. We practice, I guess.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay, I guess it's time for the plugs and the last words for
Yes, yeah, it's time to wrap it up.
Dad Rock Duo.
Dad Rock,
Right,
we're Bright Tree
Village.
Village. You can find us at brighttreevillage.com, and all of our socials are at the bottom of that page. So,
And you can find us on all the streaming services. Bright Tree Village will be on there.
Yep.
We're named after the Ewoks village.
You guys are such dad experts. Would you lose Kevin?
I have a brother named Kevin, and I'd absolutely lose him if he was pissing me off.
That's a Home Alone reference.
I know what you're talking about.
Well, for the
for the youngsters in the audience.
And favorite Christmas movies.
Oh, Elf, Christmas
Got
Vacation.
one right there.
Die Hard.
Or Die Hard.
It is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. I watch Tombstone every Christmas, so goddamn it,
Well,
that's
there's
a
one I
goddamn
didn't
Christmas
think of.
movie.
Wow. Love
Well,
me some
there's
Edward
no Christmas
Scissorhands,
in
though.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's the first part of Saving Private Ryan. The
My
first,
people are in that movie, the Schindler's List.
Last name is Brumhouse.
My grandma was a Jew, and the one that died was a German that I never met. So it's like, the one that took over was a
Well, thank God you're here.
well, you know what? I don't know if she would know I existed. It was like they call it a stepmom or something.
No, listen. We know you exist, and thank God you're here.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
man. You know what? Sometimes I have a hard time, embracing things.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Thanks, man.
Here, bring it in.
Oh.
Dad hugs.
Look at that. Hugs, not drugs. All right, here we go.
Mark, last words here.
Well,
Yeah.
well, it's Mark Holzinger, Hol Zinger, and I do have a website that has contact info. It's just markholzinger.com. It's not very active at the moment, but it has contact info. And I've got a Facebook page, Mark Holzinger Music, on Facebook, and you can find me all over YouTube. And when the pandemic hit, all of my gigs were canceled. Everything canceled. So now that things are back up and running, I'm available.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to hire a guitar
Thanks to the
player.
pandemic, we were able to get him in studio.
Yeah, sweet.
I don't know, but anyway, thanks for having me here today.
Yeah,
It's been
thanks
very
much.
relaxing.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but it's
So
been
we're
nice and
yeah.
All the guests, by the way.
I don't. Yeah, that's right. I don't think any of guests ever know what's gonna happen.
right.
So we're wrapping things up. What are you guys doing for Christmas?
I'm going to Florida because my nephews live there. You know, So, we're creating new traditions because my parents are gone now, and so we're trying to figure it out. I've got 3 siblings left, and so for some reason we're going to Orlando for Christmas, and I don't know. So that's
What about you guys? Really
yeah,
quickly
yeah,
before
okay.
we get
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Standard
Yeah.
home stuff. Kids will open presents at home, and then we'll go to the grandparents' house, hang
Nice.
out, like typical
And
home
only
Christmas.
wrinkle for us this year is that I bought each of the girls a 49ers jersey, and the 49ers play Monday Night Football that night, so we'll all be wearing our jerseys together.
Oh, that's amazing. And that's on a. You know what? Maybe my family will invite me over this year, and we'll watch the game together. I love going over and observing what a family's like. I'm like, man, my cousin has a really cool
Good thing.
dad. You know, that's what it's like having a dad growing up. And then so I like sometimes I ask them questions to see what a dad's like.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great time. I like that family, the aunts like Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. Anybody can be a family. You just have to choose each other. That's all.
So why don't you guys play us out as we look
Go ahead. You
We
guys
can do
jam.
it. Okay.
Jam away.
Jam
do
what?
one, and I'll just join in.
I don't even know what to play.
Start playing in
You
the
play
key of
first.
C.
You
I
can
don't
go
know.
play anything you want.
That was in C.
C.
No. Let's see.
Nice. Put this on the YouTube.
There's more than some they say there and all this cool stuff. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!